Could you please tell your name and institution?
Of course, my name is Rui Martins and I'm from the University of Coimbra, Portugal, and I'm the coordinator of the project H2OforAll that is now finishing in the end of this month.
Could you please tell a little about your objectives within the project?
Well, the project has broad objectives regarding the monitoring and the understanding of the formation of the disinfection byproducts during the disinfection of drinking water. Also, the development of new technologies to avoid the formation of these disinfection byproducts, or to remove those disinfection byproducts from the drinking water whenever they are formed. Also, to understand the behavior and the fate of the DBPs within the drinking water distribution networks, from the source until the water reaches the main consumers, and also to understand the toxicity, because what we notice is that there is not too much information about the impact of these disinfection byproducts into human health. So H2OforAll also tried to unravel this information for the public. Again, when we are developing new technologies, and in the case of the University of Coimbra, we were more devoted for the development of the new technologies to remove the disinfection byproducts from the water, also the toxicity, of course. But whenever we are thinking about new technologies, we need to understand their impact, their economical impact, and their life cycle assessment impact, because when we are producing new materials, for example, to remove the disinfection byproducts, there is a carbon footprint, for example, for those materials. So we need to compare these new technologies regarding the LCA and LCC with the conventional ways that we have to treat water. Another huge objective of this project was also to establish some recommendations on prevention measures. So what can people at their houses, what the utilities, what the stakeholders, what industry can do to protect the quality of the water, what is the tools that we have available to protect the water quality, because when we think about drinking water is not an isolated problem. It's the water is like a cycle, so we are catching water for preparing it to drink, but this water that we are catching comes from other processes that we already use and discharge to the natural water courses. So we need to look to the water problem as a whole, and this involves of course the public engagement, the involvement of the public trust in what regards to drinking water quality, but also one of the objectives of the H2OforAll project was also to promote some policy changes, some policy recommendations regarding water quality.
What do you think makes the project innovative?
I think what makes the project innovative is this global view that the project gives to the whole cycle of the water, to monitor and to establish preventive measures, and to evaluate the impact that the disinfection byproducts can have into human health, looking towards the future. Because I mean, we can say that with the data that we have right now from the monitoring that we have done, that the drinking water that we have, especially in Portugal, that was our case study, as quality. It's safe to be drank by the general public, but we need to look to the future, because the global warming and the increasing on the pollution on the catchments of water will most likely lead to conditions where we will need to further treat the water with harsher conditions. And so what H2OforAll brought as innovative were new technologies that allow us to monitor the water quality in situ, in loco, so that we can know what is happening to the water quality and act according to it, to put it into right and safe conditions, and also to development of new and affordable technologies that are able to remove those compounds from the water and keep it with high quality.
What inspires you most about the project?
Well, what inspires me more about the project, I always work with wastewater and water. This is a huge problem, and it is the basis. I would say that this is the basis of the sustainability or sustainable development objectives. So to be sure that we have safe water, enough water, resilient water for everyone, not only right here, right now, but thinking on the future generations. But what inspired me more in this project was the cooperation with several partners. We are 18 partners working with the same objective, but with different backgrounds, because we are universities, research institutes, companies, ONGs, so people that are more devoted to research and development, people that are more devoted to the application of the technologies in situ, people that are more related with the social studies and the involvement of the general public, people that are more involved with the policy recommendations and policy regulations, and also SPI that deals with the communication and dissemination and exploitation part. So we all together, 18 partners, all together were working with the same objective, with different views, and I mean, I am the coordinator, so maybe I can say this, that it was worked really well, although we were so different people with so different backgrounds.
What do you think should be priority for disinfection by product management at the EU level?
I would say that the first thing is to read our recommendations and the preventive measures. So probably, or I would say that for sure, there are several things that we can do even as consumers at our homes, steps that we can do, and changes in our lifestyle that we can do to protect the overall water quality, which will lead, of course, if we have higher quality in the water. We will not need to treat too much the water and disinfect so much the water, so we will not lead to so many disinfectants. So first of all, prevention. Then at a EU level, I would say that the next steps should be, and that it should be a priority, is that these projects that are now ending, we were able to reach technologies that are able to monitor and to improve the water quality until a TRL of 5, 6, most of them. So now it's the time to invest in other projects that are able that allow us to take these technologies to a higher level, so that they can be then applied really to real consumers. Also, another important thing that EU must do is to improve data sharing, because indeed what we felt when we were evaluating how is the management of the drinking water in the several countries of the European Union, we saw that there is a lack of information regarding the DBPs in the different countries. The data is managed and collected in different ways. So the EU should invest in a way of standardizing data and make it clear and available for everyone. And this was also one of the goals of H2OforAll, and one of our key exploitable results, that is a central knowledge base, which is able to collect data from sensors and from the utilities, and to treat those data and make it available for regulators, for utilities, and of course with not all the data, but in let's say average data to be available for public. And this will make the information transparent, and of course, if everyone knows what is happening with the water quality, this will lead to a move from the people's side to implement more preventive measures, but also to understand that it is necessary to implement new technologies to improve water quality, and this also would allow people to be more confident with the new technologies that we are trying to offer, because sometimes we develop a new technology, but the utilities and the general public, I mean, if this is something that they don't really know very well, they will not be very available to implement.
What heritage do you think the project after its end?
I mean, I think we have the grounds now to build up we'll have the technologies in a TRL 5.6 now. So now we have the possibility or should try to find out ways to put this to a higher level until 9 and until put it into market. And also, since this H2OforAll was one of the founders of the Zero Pollution for Water cluster, I think that the know-how that we brought, that we have now, we are a project that is ending. We have 36 months of work. I think it's worthy to use that information for the new projects that are now being approved and that are now integrating the cluster, so that they can build up over that heritage that we prepared.
You told about the new projects that are now running. So do you think that we should have more projects like this, right?
For sure. Now this is a research and innovation action. So one important point should be that the Commission open innovation actions in this field, on the disinfection byproducts field, so that we can take these technologies to a different level, so that we can reach the market at the end.
Thank you.
Ok,
That's
thank you. Tá? Obrigado.